welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. So here is everyone's favourite video of the month. This is my completed pages for the month of June 2022. I have seen a few people's videos already and I love them, so I am really looking forward to watching more over the next few days, because they are certainly up there in my top like 2 or 3 videos to watch every month. But first of all, I would just like to show you a couple of pages that I am still working on. So they probably won't be shown now until July's completed pages. So the first one is from Find Colour by Googly, and this is a body colour with my beautiful friend Camille, and we are working on this page. So far on this one, I have used my Arteza Real Brush Pens and Derwent Inktense. I sort of hit a standstill with it. I sort of just needed to figure out some of these bits in her hair, her jewellery, sort of this here on her back. But I love how it looks so far, but I do need to pick this back up and get it finished. So Camille, sweetheart, if you're watching, I'm really sorry that this isn't done yet. But I'm hoping to have it done by the end of July. And I'm loving working in this book. The paper is definitely a learning curve. And both Camille and I have said that we're really intimidated by this book, which is why we decided to buddy colour from it. So we can sort of support and encourage each other through the process, and I'm really loving buddy colouring with Camille, so I'm really hoping maybe it's something we could do every month. But she's an absolute delight. She does have a channel here on YouTube, so I will link her channel down below for you, and she does also self-publish books on Amazon. So if you look under Camille Bell, she has some fantastic books, so go and check it out. Okay. The next 2 books that I have been working in are purchases from, oh my goodness, I want to say the end of May, middle of May, something like that. And these were from Amazon Japan. I did also get the new Uries Wild Fairy Tale Legends book, but I haven't coloured in that one yet. But I'm currently working in these 2, and I believe this is the Doming's Fairy Tales book, and it is stunning. I did take off the sort of paper band that went around the bottom of the book, but I am currently working on this one, which is the Cinderella page, and I'm using my Caran d'Ache Pablo pencils on this so far, and I'm really liking how the ribbon is turning out. But I need to figure out how I'm going to sort of get this effect here. But yeah, we'll figure something out. But it's a page that I don't want to rush, and the same with the next one as well. I just want to take my time and enjoy the process. So that is the Doming's Fairy Tales book. And next, oh my gosh, this book has stolen my heart. It is so beautiful. This is the Uries Sketchbook Travels, something like that. I don't know the name of the artist. I don't know if it says in here anywhere. Copyright Makiko Inotome. I do apologise if I have got that wrong. But yeah, this book, I've seen it on quite a few people's channels, and at first I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I could do that work justice. It's just not my normal style. But the more I saw it, I was like, actually those images are beautiful, and even if I don't colour in it, I would more than happily just sit and admire the artwork. So I purchased it, and yeah, I just had to jump in. So this is what I have been working on. Let me wind my coffee up the way. I have been working on this, and it has been a really slow process. The wall came out so much brighter than I had planned. I originally just wanted sort of like an olive green kind of colour, very natural and organic, to sort of fit in really nicely with all of the wooden furniture and flooring. That didn't happen. As you can see, the third colour that I added in, well, really the darkest colour and the lightest colour, they were just too much. But it's done now. I'm gonna go with it. But I'm hoping with, you know, all of the wooden elements that are on the page, that will sort of just help tone the wall down a little bit. And this so far has all been done with my Caran d'Ache Pablo pencils, apart from some really dark areas, and that was just a brown fine liner. I was working on the Welsh dresser here last night. But yeah, again, this is a book I just want to take my time because the artwork is so beautiful. So I'm finding that any time at all that I am spending working on this page, I'm just thoroughly enjoying it. But this has been in progress now for about 2 weeks, and I just sort of come back and do a bit at a time. You know, of course, things have just been busy around here. There's just been a lot going on, but yeah, I have been thoroughly enjoying just sitting and spending time working on this. And last night when I was working on the Welsh dresser, I was watching the wonderful Colour with Dan. He was working on a Mystic Art Mirrors page. So I had my phone propped up in front of me. I was sat on the bed, and yeah, I was just working on this, and that was about 10 o'clock last night, and it was lovely. I had the earphones on, listening to Dan's video, watching him colour his page, and I was working on this, and it was just lovely, really relaxing. So hopefully you will see this at the end of July. But every single page in here is so gorgeous, and it was a flip up between this one and there's like a cottage with a hedgehog in this one. This page, I absolutely love that, so I do think this will be the one that I tackle next. And I'm going to try out some watercolour pencils, probably my Albrecht Dürer. I'm going to just try them out in the back of the book and see how they play on this paper. But I'm loving how the Pablos are working. Yeah, it's a pleasure using them, and the artwork is just, it is absolutely divine. So this is definitely a book I just want to take my time in and enjoy every single moment. So that is the whips that I have on the go at the moment. Of course, I have loads and loads of whips from, you know, time gone by. But you will see that this month I have been really making an effort to work through some of them, and I'm so proud of myself. So you will see those later in the video. Okay, we've been going for nearly 10 minutes and I haven't shown you anything I've completed this month. So let me just take a glug of my coffee and we will get started. Okay, so the first few books are from my 10 to complete. So here we have the Disney Princesses of Fae Carez Mystère by Hachette Heroes. I now have 8 pages left. 7 or 8, I think. So in June I completed this one. So this is Iridessa, and this was all done with Crayola Super Tips, and then the black here on her outfit, her eyes and her hair is black Posca pen. And of course I wrote her name here with the gold uni metallic paint marker. And I also worked on this one, and this is a video. So again, Crayola Super Tips, black Posca, and I wrote her name with the gold uni metallic paint marker. I'm sure it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 pages left. So not long to go, and this one will be complete. So yeah, that will be such a good feeling to have this one done. I love these books so much. So once this one is done, I'm gonna then, you know, of course I work in all of them, you know, or most of them each month. But yeah, I think after this one I will then choose another one to kind of concentrate on and try and get completed. Another of my 10 to complete is the Spooklets Volume One by the fabulous Ms. Carla Magana, and I completed the title page. I can't remember what I used on her. Okay, so there is some, is that alcohol? Yeah, so there's alcohol marker. Alcohol marker on there. I think there's some water-based marker as well. I used a Copic Chow for her skin tone. There is some black Jelly Roll glaze, gold Uniball Signo sparkling gold, and there's a silver gel pen there as well. I think there's some pink Posca here, and there's also some Jelly Roll Moonlight and Jelly Roll Stardust for her eyes. So I completed that one. I still have, you know, quite a few in here to do, but hopefully I can get a wiggle on and get those done. Another of my 10 to complete. So this is one of the ones that is a replacement for something I swapped out. This is Little Fairies Stained Glass Colour by Number, and this is by Sun Life Drawing. And these are done with a mixture of alcohol markers, water-based markers. I think that's a bit of Posca there on that one. I need to be careful because the pages sort of, I don't know if you can see, they're like coming loose here. So I need to be careful. I might need to put some tape in just to protect them. But yeah, I got a few pages done in here. Which was good. Not all in one go. It was just sort of, you know, scattered throughout the month. So there you go. I got 5 done, so that means I have 12 left. So that was Little Fairies Stained Glass Colour by Number by Sun Life Drawing. And the last of my 10 to complete that I worked in was the Flowers and Gardens Colour by Number, black background by Colour Questopia. And again, these were done with alcohol markers. I think there's some Bic Intensity in here. I'm not sure if there's any water-based markers. I love working in this book when I just, you know, I don't want to think about a page. I just want to put colour on paper. This is the book that I go to for that. So as you can see, I got a few done. And again, this, you know, it wasn't all in one month. It was, you know, scattered. So there you go. Got a few done in that one. Next, I'm moving on to a couple colour by number books that I worked in throughout the month. So we have Colour by Colours Tetris. This is by Uries. And I coloured this one. So it looks really, really good through the camera actually. Yeah, it looks really effective. I had a lot of fun working on this, and I really do love this premium quality paper. I purchased another book in May, I believe. I think it was the Eclipse Art Echidna, the circulism book, and that uses the premium paper as well, and it is such a joy to colour on. It really is. So this was a variety of alcohol markers and water-based markers as well. I love that book. I then worked in Colour by Number Carpets Stained Glass. This is by Sun Life Drawing. And this is sort of like on top of my 10 to complete. This is one that, you know, would be easy for me to complete as well, but it's not included in my 10, if that makes sense. It's just sort of like an extra. As you can see, I had already completed, you know, quite a fair bit in the book. So I completed this one. I think this was all alcohol markers, if I remember rightly. This is sort of like it gives me really sort of Christmassy vibes with the red and green. I think that's so pretty. This one was a lovely colour palette. That was a lot of fun to colour that one actually. So yeah, 3 pages in that one. And then I have Colour by Colours Autumn by the fantastic Uries. And this was all done with Crayola Super Dips. There's that one. Gorgeous colours. Really, really pretty. A bit of residue there from the sticky note. Try and get that off the page. And this one of the mushrooms. Look how gorgeous and vibrant those colours are. Honestly, the colour by colour books are some of my absolute favourite. They're so beautiful. Really, really lovely, and such a pleasure to work in. And then speaking of the circulism book, here it is, the circulism art book, Colour by Number, Echidna by Eclipse, AJ Quinnell. And I coloured, was it just, oh no, I've done 2. Yeah, loving this book, absolutely loving it. I believe this was, yeah, I think this was all water-based markers. I think this was all Crayola Super Tips, if I remember rightly. Love how that turned out. We've got all the blues down here, and then we've got this beautiful sort of pink, purple, red. Kind of looks like a sunset over the ocean. Really gorgeous. And this one, I was so pleased with how this turned out. I just think that is so pretty. Really, really lovely. And we've got gorgeous colours there as well for Pride Month. So yeah, really made me smile. I love it. So this book is fabulous. I definitely plan on getting some more. Okay, and then I've got just some sort of, you know, random books that I coloured in. So we have Storybook Princesses, Divas, Villainesses and Heroes. This is by the wonderful Deborah Muller. And I coloured this one, and I just kept it really simple because the other day that was just what I needed. Again, it was just put colour to a page, but I knew I wanted to colour in a Deborah Muller book. And I pulled this one out, and I'm so pleased with how she turned out. I just think she is adorable. I'm really sorry about the lighting. Okay. So this was Colour and Arteza Everblend alcohol markers. There is a little bit of Bic Intensity, but it's ultra fine markers, so I used those on her hair. I think on the little red bows in the background, and the sort of the yellow here down on her shoes, on her boots, and on the cuffs on her arms. So that's those, and then I used black Jelly Roll glaze. There's a red Jelly Roll Stardust. There's silver Uniball Signo Sparkling Silver, and the Uni Metallic Gold paint marker. But I think my favourite is like her tights and her black Jelly Roll glaze Mickey ears. I just think, yeah, it's so much fun. I didn't do a background colour because I thought with all the little bits and pieces sprinkled in the background, I didn't want to sort of detract from that. And I actually really just like having the, you know, the red, black, white, little hints of yellow and gold. I just like it as is. So that was that one. Next, I worked in 50 Stylish Mandalas by Camellia Angel Cover. This page was a buddy colour with the beautiful Zoe from Addicted to Colouring. I will link Zoe's channel down below for you as well. But yeah, I think I used the Bic Intensities on this page as well. And then I used a metallic blue gel pen by the looks of it. I'm not sure what brand though. I know it's not a Jelly Roll. I can't remember. And then there's a little bit of black Posca on there as well. When I picked the colours out, I thought, yeah, it's, you know, it's fun, it's something different, you know, an unusual colour palette. When I put them together on the page, I wasn't overly keen, but now looking at it, I think it turned out nice. So I coloured that one, and this is definitely my favourite mandala book by Camellia, and this was a gift from the beautiful Sam. I then completed a page in 50 Ocean Miniatures by Camellia Angel Cover. I have worked in here before, and I had done a buddy colour with the beautiful Lauren from Lauren Loves Colour. This was the page we had done, but I hadn't worked in it since then. And so I coloured this one. I just thought so cute, and I did plan on finishing this for May, but I didn't quite get it finished in time. I finished it on the 1st of June, so I was a day late. But anyway, it's done now, and I think she's adorable. I think she's so cute. I don't know if you can see the loose glitter that is on here. I don't know if it's going to pick up the sparkle, but it is there. It is there. So on this page, as you can see, I have quite the list. You wouldn't think it looking at it. So I used my Arteza Everblend and Colour alcohol markers because they're just sort of the remnants from the sets that I had, so I'm trying to use those up. I used Jelly Roll Glaze, which was the black sort of here in her eyes and whatnot. Jelly Roll Stardust, and then I used Chromatech glitter gel pens as well. Uni metallic gold paint marker, so that was for her crown, here on the chest and on the goblet. I used both regular and metallic Posca pens. The blue was the sort of the thicker border here around the background, and the regular was the blue here in the background behind her. I used some polychromos. I'm trying to see where. I can't tell where. Oh well. Nouveau Confetti. Did I use confetti? No, I didn't use that either. I used the Nouveau Pure Sheen Glitter. So that's here around the mirror, on her crown, here and on the goblet. And yeah, Jelly Roll Stardust. I think I've already mentioned that. Also, there's some Pure Sheen glitter here. I used a compass and drew in the circles here for the background. So I drew that one, and then a slightly larger one, and then a couple here for bubbles, and I just outlined them with the Quickie glue pen, and then put some Pure Sheen glitter on those as well. Very sparkly. The Jelly Roll Glaze, also I used the green on the fin there of her tail. So there was that one. And then I have been loving this book by Colour. This is the Mandala Mystery Black and White colouring book. I completed the nameplate page. I finished that the other day. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the colour palette. I really like how it turned out. And this was done with Crayola Super Tips. And then I coloured this one, and again I just think the colours are beautiful, especially for Pride Month. So yeah, I love how this turned out. This one did take a little bit of time, but it was a pleasure working on it. It really was, and it was really relaxing as well. So this is a book that I'm going to be keeping out because this is so much fun, and I think so far this has got to be my favourite book by Colour that I have received for review. They're all beautiful, but yeah, I think this is my favourite. I would love if they brought more out like this, you know, with the colour by number. I just think it's absolutely stunning. Then I have Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford. And I completed 2 pages in here. The first was the nameplate page. This was done with Crayola Super Tips, fine liners, Arteza retractable gel pens. There is some Pentel hybrid dual metallic, Jelly Roll metallic on there. There's some white Posca. I think that's it. A little bit of Jelly Roll Stardust. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. some Cavendish Pablo pencils that I used sort of down here for the colours on the mushrooms, these little orange bits down here, and the flowers. And then I just used a rub-on transfer here, just as like a, I don't know, a fancy swirly thing. So there's that one. I really like how that turned out. I worked on that over 2 nights, I think. And then I completed the compass page, and I love it. I had completed this in my previous copy, but that was the one that Merlin had peed on when my Johanna Basford books were on the top of my art cart. So yeah, really happy with how this turned out. So I used my Cavendish Neocolor 2s as a base for the compass. And then I used Arteza retractable gel pens and Iconic fine liners for some small, you know, details sort of around the edges, and also to colour the leaves here on the compass. I used black Jelly Roll glaze for the needle in the middle, this one, you can see that. I used Jelly Roll metallic gel pens as well, and I used this really sort of beautiful coppery, like, I don't know, coppery, silvery colour, really unusual. I use it there around the edge and up here. If you can see that, if I just move the page a bit. There's also Jelly Roll metallic here on the edges of some of these leaves as well. I use Black Widow pencils and polychromos for the shading on the trees, the compass, the fox up here. And then I used a black Papermate Flare pen for some of the leaves down here, the spider, again up here. And then again, I used a couple of transfers, one of the, you know, rub-on transfers. So we've got one here and then one down here at the bottom, and it was already like that on the design, sort of, you know, like faded and stuff in places. I was debating about doing a background on this page for so long, I couldn't decide, and then I thought I just want to put something in either corner. So yeah, I decided on the transfers, and I think they look really nice, and I do think that was one of my favourite pages actually this month. So there's that one. I should have said at the beginning, you might want to grab a snack, a drink, because I think we may be here a little while. So next we have Magical Jungle, again by the fabulous Johanna Basford, and again I done the nameplate page. So this is water-based markers, so I'm guessing this would have been oh, I don't need to guess, I've got a list. Crayola Super Tips, Black Widow pencils for the shading here on some of the leaves. As you can see, I kept it really simple. Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic, which is that gorgeous sparkly turquoise colour. It's sort of, you know, blue and then turquoise, absolutely gorgeous. Some Staedtler dual ended water-based pens, and Uniball Signo Angelic Colour gel pens, and I used that just on some of the leaves, and also where I've got the dark purple here in the middle of the orchids, I added the pink, just, you know, some pink lines and dots. So that was that one. Next, I will show you all of the whips that I have completed this month, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm recording this on Tuesday the 28th of June because I don't anticipate that I'm going to get really any pages finished in the next 2 days because I do want to focus on those 3 whips that I showed you at the beginning. So the first one is Tales from the Forest Kingdom by Hannah Carlson. And I completed my Robin Hood. I'm so happy. So this goes for my hashtag Whipping the Whips 2022. So on this guy, I have used my Faber-Castell Polychromos, Caran d'Ache Pablo pencils, Arteza Inconic fine liners for the petals on the flower, his laces, little odds and bods, both black and white Posca. The black is for the you know, sort of like the swirlies and things around the edge. The white is just a couple little highlights there on him. I used my Memento inks for the background, and then I dripped water on from a water brush and tried dabbing it off, but as you can see, because of the way the paper was, and I think the way I had the book sat, the water sort of ran, so instead of it being dots, I've got sort of like streaks of it in places, but that's okay. I used looks like a jelly roll metallic for his bow. I think this was metallic as well, jelly roll metallic for the leaves, that really lovely shiny green. And then I used the Windsor & Newton gold drawing ink. I've had it for a couple of years. I originally bought it to use with my glass dip pen. However, I have now come to learn that you need calligraphy ink to use with the dip pen. So yeah, the drawing ink was just too thick. It just sort of sat on the dip pen. It didn't really do anything. So I decided to dip it onto a fine paintbrush and then sort of splatter it around the page, and I really like it. The only thing was that I got some here, so I'm gonna have to, you know, be creative with the background on that page. But he was a whip for a while, so it was really good to get him done, and I love how he turned out, and I just think this green background really looks good against the colour of his outfit. And then I used Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic for the middle of the flowers. That beautiful sort of orange yellow colour, really pretty. So there is that one. Another Hannah Carlson book, Magical Dawn, and again another whip. And it was this one, my super crinkly crunchy page. This was a whip for a little while, not as long as some of the others, but it was a whip for a couple of months, I would say. So on this one I used Derwent Inktense, Staedtler dual-ended fibre tip pens. For the background I used my Caran d'Ache Neocolour 2s. I added some shading to the berries, the bunnies all around his eye area, his ears, and like the wings here with the Polychromos. I used an unbranded gold gel pen to go around the edges of like these plants here. It was just, yeah, a random unbranded gold gel pen. Black Papermate Flare, just sort of like some little areas here on his pendant, his eye, and in the centre of these plants here. Jelly Roll Stardust and Jelly Roll Moonlight. So the Stardust is the green ribbon here for his pendant. The Moonlight is around these sort of leaves here. just for a pop of vibrant green. And then I used Stickles Glitter Gel in the colour Asteroid to go over the background. And look at that sparkle. I absolutely love it. I really like the like silver circles you get dotted in amongst the glitter. I just think they look really lovely. They look like little stars. So pretty. So it's not, you know, by far not my favourite page, but I had so much fun. The page is, you know, really sort of crinkly and crunchy now, but I love the sound of that. I need to figure out how I'm going to work on this page on the back. It may be that, you know, this may need to be painted as well, because I don't know how I'm going to work on that with pencils, but we'll see. So that was another one for Whipping the Whips 2022. And then another Hannah Carlson book, Summer Nights. Now this was a whip, oh my gosh, a couple of years. Now I do think it should be a double page spread. However, I had only started working on one of the pages, so it is just the one that I have finished. And it was this one. Really happy with how this one turned out. Yeah, all I've done on the others is just base their beaks, so you know, I will come back to them. But look, so happy with how this came out. I was a little bit worried because I had only started this one. I started colouring it and I couldn't remember what pencils I had used, what colours from, you know, whatever set it was that I had used. So oh my gosh, I've missed some bits down here. I'm going to have to fix that in a second. So yeah, I just, you know, sort of winged it. I don't oh, grammar. Okay. But yeah, these two were so much fun to colour as well. This one stressed me out a bit. I'm not gonna lie, it did stress me out a little bit. But I was glad when it was done. But these two, oh my gosh, I love them. Aaron said to do this one gold. And yeah, I was sort of thinking it, but I wasn't sure. And I said to him, look, what do you think I should do with this little guy? And he was like, I think you should colour him gold. And I've just looked and I've smudged all the gel pen up here. I don't know if you can see, it's all sort of like flicked upwards. Oh well, never mind. So on this one, I used whatever pencils to start with. I have no idea what. Like I said, this was years ago that I had started it. And then I used my Polychromos, some Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils, a variety of Jelly Roll pens, the Stardust Metallic, Black Glaze and White. So there's all of that goodness on there. Uni Metallic Gold paint marker, because of course there was, and that was on this guy here. Arteza Inconic fine liners for some of the small, you know, small little details. Both black and white Posca. The white Posca was just to go back in and emphasize the highlights in their eyes. The black, of course, was for the background. I used Nuvo Pure Sheen Confetti in the Bluebell hearts, which you can see dotted around here in the background. They are so pretty. Yeah, they're really, really lovely. And then I used the Nuvo Pure Sheen glitter in a few places. There's a purple here in the centre of these on this owl. And then there's like a turquoisey blue on this guy here. And then there's gold up here on this little guy's crown. So lots of glitter, lots of sparkle. Uniball Signo Sparkling Gold gel pen. And that was sort of around all here on this little guy and around his eyes. And then I used a little bit of my Van Gogh Starry Night washi tape. So pleased to have that one done. It was such a good feeling to finally have that crossed off the list. Another whip from Jasmine Beckett Griffith colouring book. This is her first book, a fantasy art adventure, and this was the whip that I had, this one here. So I finished her up. I used Copic Chow for her skin as a base, and then I used a variety of both my Caran d'Ache Pablos and Prismacolor pencils for the, to finish up the wings here on the butterfly, to shade her skin, do her hair. Black Papermate Flare, which I used for around the edge of the butterfly's wings, the centre of her eyes. White Jelly Roll for highlights and whatnot, and then black Posca, which I used to sort of go around the frames on the page. I just think that would set her off nicely. I wasn't sure what colour background to do for her, so I just ended up deciding to leave it blank. That has been a whip for, oh my gosh, a couple of years as well. So yeah, that one is done. Now, this is a page that I kind of thought I had abandoned, but I didn't want to abandon it because it's a beautiful book. But yeah, I came back to this page so many times, and in the end I was like, I'm going to get it finished. I'm going to do it. And it was this one. So this was for, again, Whipping the Whips 2022. I have no idea the stuff I've used on this. I've thrown all sorts at it. There's definitely oh my gosh, definitely Derwent ink tints on here, alcohol markers. I know there's Arteza retractable gel pens and fine liners. I think I use polychromos on here. There's white Posca. I don't know what else, but yeah, I finished it, and I'm going to call this page done. So this is Forest Gal 2 by Apole, and I'm glad that page is done, because having that page sort of sat there taunting me, it kind of put me off coming back to colouring the book. It's weird, it's really strange, but I feel like if I have a whip in a book, it kind of puts me off wanting to go back to that book until that whip is done. It's strange, I know, but this is me we're talking about. Okay, another Johanna Basford book, and yet another whip. So this is Lost Ocean by Johanna Basford, and quite some time ago I was so kindly sent the money to be able to buy a replacement of this. So to the beautiful lady who made that happen, you know who you are. Thank you so much. This was the book that I was struggling to get. Anyway, I found it was back on Amazon, and bless her heart, she sent money so I could get it. So thank you so much. So this is the page that I had started in here, and it was a whip for quite some time, and I came back and finished it. So this was Black Widow pencils, fine liners, Arteza retractable gel pen, Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic, Jelly Roll Metallic. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. But I really like how it turned out. I didn't put a background because there was, sort of quite a few different colours on here. So I decided to leave that plain. So that goes for Whipping the Whips 2022. Another whip that I had for years was from Fairy Tales by Emily Lyderhall Oberg. And it was this one. I know I used Black Widow pencils on him and Crayola Super Tips. There's Jelly Roll Stardust and Jelly Roll Metallic there for the berries. Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic for the snowflakes. There's a glitter gel pen, I think was a Chromatech, for the purple sparklies on his scarf. I don't know if you can see it in this light. I hope so. I used navy blue Jelly Roll glaze for sort of like here around his laces. Black Jelly Roll glaze down here for the bottom of his skates. There's a silver metallic. And then here, I don't know if you can see, on the bobble of his hat, I'm hoping it shows up, but I use the, I think it's the Ranger, is it like pure rock candy or something like that? It's like a glitter, but it has like a, I don't know if you can hear that, it has texture to it. And it's sparkly. It's really pretty, and you sort of paint it on with a brush. So yeah, he had been a whip for a good couple of years, and I finally got him done. I didn't make a note of the greens that I used on the leaves over here, so of course these are different, but you know, it's done. It's another one crossed off the list. And I completed this one the other night. So happy to have this one done because I was loving how the page was turning out. This is Mythographic Paradise by Fabiana Attanasio. And this was my whip. Now, the pages in these books are perforated. Mine came loose, the page I was working on and the page behind it. I don't know what I'm going to do with these, whether I'm going to go through and maybe like put a tape or something along the edges. I don't know, but that it would really bulk up the books, so I'm not sure what to do. But yeah, this was the page that I finished. So this is for hashtag Whipping the Whips 2022, and it will also go for June Colour Your Hoard 2022, which is being hosted by the beautiful Lavella and T from T's World of Adult Colouring. I will link both of their channels down in the description for you as well. So on this one, I mostly used, let me see, okay, so it was mostly all done in the Carandosh Pablo pencils. I used Neocolour 2 on the clouds for the pink. I used a metallic gold for the like sort of these wavy swirly bits here. For the roof I used a brown glitter gel pen. Okay, for the hidden objects, well, most of the hidden objects, because some of them I had already coloured, I was just like, no, I don't want to do it, so I just blacked them out with a black Papermate Flare. It looks like there is some fine liner on here for like around the windows and door frames and things. But that is about it. Oh, and sparkling Uniball Signo Sparkling Silver for the stars around the page. If I do that, you can see them. Beautiful. I used a Derwent graphic line painter for these sort of turquoisey blue bubble things. And then I used a white Posca to go around all the black lines on the clouds. And I really like how that turned out. I'm just gutted that where they're perforated, that it sort of fell out of the book. But yeah, I'm so happy to have this page done. And yeah, I think I want to, you know, choose another page and colour in here again really soon. So that's Mythographic Paradise by Fabiana Attanasio. Okay, the last of my whips was from the Wild Fairy Tales by Uries. And the whip that I had for quite a few months. I've done the Cinderella pages. I have done them. Where is this page? Ah, here we go. Was this one. So this is the Sleeping Beauty page. So this goes for hashtag Whipping the Whips 2022, which is my colour along I'm hosting for the whole year. On this one, I used Crayola Super Tips and the Staedtler dual-ended fibre tip pens to base most of everything. And then I went in and added shading with my Polychromos pencils. There's some white Jelly Roll, just sort of like some highlights here on the drapes. There's a black Jelly Roll glaze for the window frame here. I don't know if you can see that. And then I don't know if, you know, for those of you who have seen it, the Disney Sleeping Beauty movie, the Maleficent, the dragon, I think she's sort of like a pinky purple colour, isn't she? So I've done the prickly vines here. I've done all of those purple, and then I added the Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic in the black ink with metallic red glitter. I added that for the thorns on them. I don't know if you can really see. I added that, and then I used my Uni Metallic Gold paint marker for some bits up on the roof. Here, just, yeah, some random bits down here on the spinning wheel. I used Posca pen, so I used the yellow Posca here for the flowers, and then I used my Calero metallic watercolours in the colour Dragon for the roof of the castle. So when it's like that, it just looks like a sort of browny bronze colour, but then when you shift it in the light like that, it goes this beautiful sort of green colour. Really gorgeous. So I used that, and then I used some Stickles glitter gel. I cannot remember the colour and I don't have it written down, but yeah, I just wanted to add something to sort of show like the magic. So I added that around the edges, and then these three birds down here, I coloured them the colour of the three fairies, Flora, Fauna and Merryweather. I just thought, well, there's three birds, so they need to be the colour of the fairies. So there you go. That was my page from Wild Fairy Tales by Uries. And then the final stack of books are Disney. So we have Disney Art Deco by Hatchet Heroes, and I coloured this one. I'd done this the other day. This was all Crayola Super Tips, Caran d'Ache Pablo pencils, Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic, black Jelly Roll glaze, and there's some Jelly Roll Stardust for her eyeshadow, her necklace, and then like the little patches on Naveen the frog there, and I used my uni metallic gold paint marker for here on her crown and her necklace, and then I used Stickles glitter gel in the colour diamond, I think it's called, but it looks blue, but that might be because of the colour that I put underneath it. I used that there and on her necklace, but I think it didn't look like it had come out right on her crown, so I went over it again, and now it's too thick. It's sort of like textured on the, like bumpy textured on the page, but you know, oh well, it's glitter, so I shouldn't complain. And that didn't take long at all. It really didn't, and I just had a lot of fun with it. I love this book so much. I've coloured a few in here. Yeah, I really do enjoy this book. Peter Pan, Shere Khan. So yeah, love this book, and I do hope to finish this one day, not this year, but just, you know, one day. I would love to complete this one. Next I have Disney Babies Quadrados Magicos by Hatchet Heroes, and in June I coloured Dumbo, and this was all done with Crayola Super Tips. So yeah, most of my Statler dual-ended pens, most of them are, you know, dried up now, but that's just a sign that they have been well loved, well used, and it's a supply that I've clearly enjoyed. I do plan on getting more in the future, but right now I'm loving my Crayola Super Tips. So yeah, there's Dumbo. It's so cute. This book is adorable. And then I have Disney Animo Caresse Mystère by Hatchet Heroes. I think, was Figaro done last month? I think Figaro might have been done last month. Bambi was definitely already done, so it's Dumbo and his mama. So again, excuse me, this was Crayola Super Tips, a bit of black Posca, and that's it. And then there's a song in the movie called Baby of Mine, so I wrote that here, and that song and that scene where she has her trunk through the she's in sort of like a crate with like a barred window, and she puts her trunk through, and he sits on her trunk and she's cradling him, and that song is playing. Oh my gosh, it makes me cry every single time. It just, yeah, it really gets me, but yeah, I wrote that here, so that is that one. We have Disney Love Stories, again by Hatchet Heroes. I coloured just the one, so this was the first page I've done in this book, and the pixels are bigger in this one. They're bigger than the other Caresse Mystère books that I have. And this is Roger and Anita from 101 Dalmatians. Again, Crayola Super Tips and black Posca. We have Disney Le Grand Classique Tome 8 Coloriage Mystère by Hatchet Heroes, and I coloured this one. I coloured Lilo and Scrum. Is it Scrum? The little dolly that she made. And this was black Posca for the line art and her hair, and Crayola Super Tips for the rest. And I love how this one turned out. I think the colours are beautiful, especially the greens and this beautiful sort of bluey aqua background colour. I love it. Absolutely love it. There's that one. I love these books so much. They're some of my favourite Disney ones. And then we have Disney Pixar Tome 2 Coloriage Mister, again by Hatchet Heroes. I've done a few in here. So I coloured Merida, and this was Crayola Super Tips, and I think excuse me, do you think I used for the brown here, the dark brown in her hair, I think that was a Statler dual ended. Then I wrote her name down here with the gold metallic. I really like doing that for some reason on quite a lot of the Disney pages. I just think it just adds something, and I like it. So I've done that one, and then I've done this one, Eva from the film WALL-E. I love it. I love how she turned out. I just think that is so cute. So again, this is Crayola Super Tips. And then the gold uni metallic paint marker here. I've done it around the light bulb, and then I wrote her name down there as well. And finally, last but by no means least, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to zoom out for this one, I think. So just ignore all my sticky tags and whatnot. We have Disney Vitro Tome 2 by Hatchet Heroes, and I coloured this one. I coloured Ariel. I love how she turned out, and we've got some glitter stars down there as well. So for this one, I used Statler dual-ended pens and Crayola Super Tips. Then I used my Black Widow pencils for the shading, uni metallic gold paint marker, which I used sort of around here for the it looks like the screws here on the frame. I don't know if you can see up here, there. I used some washi tape down here. I don't know if you can see, let me adjust, there we go. So here I used some washi tape, and it looks like the beach. So we've got the sand here, the ocean with all these beautiful little yachts and boats, and then the sky. So I used that. I used Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic. Where did I use that? Okay, that was here around the border on this section here. So I used that Nouveau Mermaid Parade stars, which are these. They are glorious. So I used a couple of those on the bottom of the page there. And I used a Spectrum Noir clear glitter brush pen on this section here of her tail and here on her waist. And I love how she turned out. I think that came out so nice. Really, really pleased. So there you go. Wow, nearly an hour and 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. So yeah, this was my completed pages for the month of June. I don't have my journal handy to give you the stats and whatnot. If you're interested, let me know in the comments and I will put them up somewhere for you. But yeah, there you go, my lovelies. I really hope you have enjoyed seeing all of my completed pages for the month of June. I do have a few other things planned and also quite a lot of videos that I need to catch up on, but due to taking a break, because there was just some things I had to sort out regarding the channel. Don't worry, it's done, it's all sorted, it's all a-okay, it's fine. yeah, you know, of course I took a bit of a break while I was trying to get some things figured out, and sort of dot the I's and cross the T's on some paperwork. But that is all done. So like I said, I do have videos to catch up on. I will be doing a colouring chat with sort of like a channel update, and sort of like a where we go from here kind of thing. So please look out for that. Everyone that I have mentioned in this video who has a YouTube channel, I will link their channels down below in the description. So if you have not already checked them out, please do so, because they are just some of the most loveliest people, and it is a pleasure getting to know them via the colouring community, and I've built some amazing friendships. And like I said, Camille and I have sort of buddy coloured the last couple of months, and it's been wonderful, and I hope we continue to do that because I'm really enjoying it. Okay, enough waffling. Thank you so much for joining. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care, stay safe my loves, and I will see you in the next one. Lots of love. Bye.